in 2017, there were a couple of girls that I worked with. Like, I work in a small department of a large medical practice. And so there's like a handful of us in the same position. And so we share the same stresses and whatnot, so we tend to get close to each other. And I always end up sharing that I like the ghost. And back in 2017, there was a couple of girls that were very intrigued by that. They weren't ghost hunters themselves, but they had had
Mhm.
experiences, so they were believers. So they found it really fascinating that I would like go out and look for this stuff, right? Um, these girls don't work there anymore. We lost touch and stuff, which is a shame because they were cool about it and we could have fun together. But, so if they ever find this episode, Angel and Sam, it was nice knowing you. I guess that sounds
Oh,
weird. I don't know how else to say it. I am very much work, make time for family, make time for ghosts, you know? So
yeah.
I've worked there for what will be 11 years next month. So over those 11 years, people have come and gone. So that's just all it is. They left and we lost touch because
Mhm.
I'm
That's
busy,
what happens.
work,
Yeah.
family, ghost. Um, but back in 2017, they wanted to go to a concert in Phoenix, and it was a country singer named Chris Stapleton. And I'm not a big country fan or anything, but I did like his stuff. It sounds very like soulful, so I liked it. And uh, they were talking about going up there and like crashing in a hotel afterwards instead of driving back. And I was like, sweet, because there's a haunted hotel up there. What y'all think about that? And they were down, so that's cool. So this episode is from what I thought would be like nothing because it wasn't a real investigation. I just wanted to check out the hotel, and of course, I'm going to take some pictures and whatnot. But while we left to go to the concert, I left a video camera recording and an audio recorder going. And again, I didn't expect much from it, and that's probably why I've ignored it for this long. Not to mention stuff that isn't me and you. I just don't jump to get to that. Like,
Mhm.
I've been to a few haunted hotels over the last year, pretty much, when we go on road trips, and I've yet to like just get to that stuff. For some reason, I'm not as it's because I'm not like super investigating, right? So
Yeah.
I just don't think there will be anything there. But as we have found doing this
Yeah.
show, the ghosts are just chattering
They're
all the
chatty.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the San Carlos Hotel in downtown Phoenix. It's what I think is probably considered the most haunted hotel in
Yeah.
Phoenix or the Phoenix area. But I'm sure there's other people who would think that something in Scottsdale or whatnot is bigger. I don't know.
I don't know if I don't even know which Instagrammer it was, but very recently, like this week, there was like the list of the most haunted hotels, that sort of thing, you know how it happens. And this one came up like as the first. And then so
Really?
I'm like, oh my gosh, is she gonna say? Is she gonna say? And then you did. I was like, what? That's so crazy. Yeah, I sometimes think that my big brother is watching yours, and like I just get like little hints like this is what Wendy's looking at. I'm like, oh, let's see what. But yeah, they were talking about how freaking haunted this hotel is. And of course, I'm thinking, well, Wendy's in the area. She has her eye on this at somehow, somewhere or another. Um, because I know, like you just said, you're gonna do a haunted hotel, whenever you get that when the chance arises. If you have to go out of town, you're gonna okay, what's haunted in that area?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we're driving
yeah.
through the area. Okay, where can I stop?
Uh-huh.
Where there's a haunted hotel?
Right.
You know, and again, it's a hotel. So I think hotels are hard to investigate in the first place because
Sure.
of noise contamination.
Oh
So I,
yeah.
I never expect a whole lot from it. Like we went to the Monte Vista, not we,
Yeah.
but I went with I think both kids, maybe just Eric, but and Carl coming back from Utah. We went to all the big national parks in Utah, and then we stopped in Flagstaff just on purpose. Like we didn't have to. You definitely didn't have to break that drive up from where were we coming from? Kanab. Kanab in Utah down to our house is probably only like 8 hours. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, we're tired. Let's stop. And it was really cool to see the hotel, but the bar was loud as
Yeah.
fuck all night
Mm.
long. They had two bars going on. So it was so loud and I couldn't stay up past all of that.
Yeah,
So,
sure. Yeah.
I'm certain I don't even think I attempted to record there. I think I only took pictures
Okay.
because it was so
Yeah.
noisy. But the San Carlos in Phoenix, it was a Friday night and outside was popping. Like there was a bar across the street because I remember when we got back from the concert, me and Sam went up to the rooftop pool, which was very pretty.
Yeah.
And we just people watched all the drunk people coming out of the
Ah,
bar, like stumbling
cool.
to their car or waiting on their Ubers and whatnot. And so it was popping outside, but inside that hotel, it was creepy because
Oh yeah.
there was like nobody. There seemed to be nobody. And this is a big place. Like I'll have to
Yeah.
send you pictures. I think when we walked around or we drove past it when I picked you up in Phoenix one time or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we went to Tempe and went to that house and everything. I think we drove right
Yeah.
past the San Carlos, but it's like a very tall, big hotel.
Yeah.
And Sam and I walked every single floor and we did
Oh, wow.
not see a single person. And
That's
we thought,
crazy.
this is fucking weird. Are we
That
the
is weird.
only people in this hotel? I don't think we're the only people in the hotel, but because there were times on the audio recorder that I thought for surely that's like somebody in the hallway or whatever. But um but I don't know. I don't know. I never saw the people. The place was definitely creepy. Definitely
Yeah.
gives you like I'd say shining vibes, I guess, but
Mm.
I don't know, it's a little too Spanish for that kind of
Yeah.
the style of the hotel didn't look that way, but the long empty hallways
Mm.
definitely was like this is weird.
Is this the place that has the like the Ouija board like table? No. What is
Nope.
that? Which one?
That's the Hotel Congress in downtown Tucson, also
Tucson.
noisy. But
Yeah.
my niece and I stayed down there
Yeah. Yeah.
just for funsies and yeah, just for no reason. She just came to town and we stayed down there so that we can go shopping and she got a tattoo, her first tattoo,
That's right. Yeah.
the next day. But
How-
that's a cool hotel too. They keep with their old aesthetic and everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I really appreciate because it takes you back in time. It,
Yeah.
so like even if you can't ghost hunt, you're really appreciating the history of the building.
Yeah, for sure. Well, then this one, did Ghost Adventures do both of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost adventures, they can't go out of three.
The-
They're only allowed to go to three different states.
That's right. That's
So
right. So they're going to get everything in Arizona. Sure. Well, that's what I'm like. Okay, thank you for saying that because I thought for sure that they did the hotel that you were at, but then when I'm like, wait, is that the one with the Ouija board? You're like, no. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the one that they did. Okay, they did them both. Of course
they've
they
done
did.
all three of the ones I just said. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Monte Vista, sure they did
Oh
San
right.
Carlos. Maybe, I mean, I think they've done San Carlos. And for sure they did the Hotel Congress. They had a lot of activity at
Mm,
the Hotel Congress. And
mm,
I thought that's wild because
yeah.
I went on a Thursday night and there was a lot of noise outside, drag racing and stuff. So I don't know what day they went that
Yeah.
they got it so quiet that they were catching EVPs. But that was actually a pretty
Huh.
good episode. Made me think,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the experience I had, but that does seem pretty creepy.
Huh.
Uh, but the Hotel
Okay.
San Carlos, just to let people know, so there
Okay.
used to be a school on the property, and then I don't know, they just sold it, and then they built, the hotel, or I don't know if it's a new building or they just built on or remodeled or whatever. But
Oh.
they say that there could be ghost children there, that people say they see children playing in the hallways. They think
Mm.
that it's from when the Spanish flu came through,
Oh.
that some of the kids died that way back in
Okay.
1918. There's a man that jumped from the roof in 2004.
Oh, wow.
And then some people say that there might be celebrity spirits there just because a lot of celebrities did stay there. I think they used to come out to Arizona to film a lot, westerns and
Sure.
whatnot, because,
Yeah.
it's busy and expensive in California. So they come out. So there's a few actual old studio lots in the state of Arizona and down where we're at, Old Tucson and then the Mezcal. And again, it's just mostly westerns, but a bunch of celebrities had stayed at this hotel. So they think a part of them is haunting it. I think they even try to mention Marilyn Monroe's name because she's everywhere, right? A
Yeah, she
very,
does not stop.
no, she's a very busy lady. But I guess that would just be kind of an imprint of an experience. I honestly don't think that those celebrities really haunt those locations. I
Hmm.
think people just see a ghost and then try to connect it back to a famous person because
Okay.
that gives you some kind of recognition of who that person is instead of
Sure.
it being Jane Doe.
Yeah, just random hotel visitor.
Right. But there
Hmm.
is one famous visitor. Her name is Leona Jensen, and she did commit suicide in 1948.
Ooh.
She apparently like ran away from her wealthy family to come be with a man that worked at the hotel that she was in love with.
Mm.
And I guess he didn't want to be with her or whatever. It just didn't go the way that she expected. And she jumped off the roof, and that's documented. So that really happened. The suicide in 2004 really happened. The rest of them
Mm.
are all just speculations. But
Okay.
I didn't look up like what's the most haunted room or anything. We just picked a random room, let them put us wherever. And like I said, I was just like wanting to check out the hotel. The video camera, I'm going to start with that just so you can get a semi visual of the room. But it's really just one shot, which was so boring to watch. But I must have not have come very prepared either because the camera only lasts for an hour and a half. And what
Oh,
I got out of that hour and a half is only about 4 minutes worth of video. So I'm just going to play the whole thing for you.
okay.
It's just shooting the same shot pretty much. We had set some drinks out, leaving those for the spirits. And I guess
Nice.
I thought that, hopefully they'd move, but they did not.
Okay.
But I did get some EVPs. So let's see what you think about those.
Did you filled the drinks like were they like alcoholic beverages? Like what did you give them?
Of course. No, I gave him a cup of milk. I should have if there's kids there. No, it's vodka. I don't know why we have vodka because I don't
It's not your
typically.
thing.
No,
Yeah,
not typically, but that must have been what Sam brought. But
that's funny.
yeah, this is pretty much the shot. I think you're gonna see me walk out of frame and I'm leaving for the night. All
Okay.
right, Leona, we left you a drink. You've been having a rough time. There's some car keys if you need to get out of town. And a drink. Let us know if you leave. You're about to hear a voice, and I put it as possible EVP. I think it's me out in the hallway. And
Okay.
when we get to the audio recorder, it just sounds different, but it comes at the same time. And so I think, and also I'm going to leave and then come back in the room. So I think I'm out in the hallway saying that I forgot something, whatever, and then I'm coming back in. But it's just weird how
Mhm.
in this video it sounds like those exact words I'm about to tell you it is, and on the audio recorder it sounds like those exact words. So it's
Oh,
just so weird how that happens. But
okay.
I'm pretty confident this isn't an EVP, and I should have just thrown it out, but I do what I want to, I guess.
Nice.
You see how loud that is?
Loud. And I'm listening to that. I'm like, that is not Wendy. at all. That is some random voice. And what's also weird, like I don't know what's going on in this room, but it almost sounds like someone was breathing heavy. Like there's a, you heard that too?
N- on the audio recorder for sure. And I think this too, that there was lots of times that I was like, it just sounds like somebody's just, but
Yeah.
but they're not saying too much of anything. I'll explain that more in a minute. Well, I can explain
Mhm.
it. There was an hour and a half of this video, and I have 4 minutes. So there
Yeah,
were
yeah.
long chunks of like just nothing happening. For the video, most every all the EVPs come from like say the first 25 minutes. And then after that, they just shut the fuck up. They don't say another
Okay.
thing. Now, I will tell you this. I don't want to switch back and forth because, again, I just do what I want. But I could tell you on the audio recorder what I think I'm saying out in the hallway is, oh shit, what do I think I'm saying? Oh no, wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Something like, oh no, wait, or oh no, what? Yeah, it's oh no, what or wait.
Hmm.
Like, oh no, I forgot
Hmm.
something, you know?
Yeah.
Or somebody says something and I go, oh no, what? You know, I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
But let me play it again for you and see if you feel like you could make, because I just don't feel like I could make those words out.
No.
Try to close your eyes and see if
Yep, yep,
you
yep.
hear that.
Okay.
So I think
No way.
I can kind of hear the oh no, but it doesn't sound like wait. It doesn't really sound like what. So yeah, I don't know.
The part that's really clear to me is on the bar, and the way that they say it is so not like your accent. On the bar. Like they give it a little like the R is very pointed on the bar. You know, it's that's weird. So honestly, maybe you have caught like a combination of your voice from far away, but also this EVP at the same time. So that's probably why you're thinking when you listen to the digital audio, you're like, oh shit, wait, maybe that was me the whole time.
Yeah. I think the digital recorder is in front of us on the table. Like I
Oh, okay.
think this is it. So I don't think they're
Mm,
in the same spot, but
mm.
I don't know that for sure because this was so long ago and I don't know. It could be right next to the video camera because it does hear when the video camera cuts off. Um I will tell you on the audio recorder, I get an EVP that says it sounds like they're very faint and there's a lot of problems with the audio, so they're hard to hear. But one of them I felt like it said me mom. Like that's what they say in like you know, Ireland or Scotland or England or something like that, right? Like I don't know for sure, but I've heard like me mom, you know, told me to go to the store or have you never heard that phrase before? You don't watch
No, but
period
I
pieces
did.
like I do. I love me some Scottish, English period piece stuff.
Well, but with you being with you saying that, the way they say on the bar, that's what I'm saying. Like it has a weird accent. And
Yeah,
what's funny, you said you put the vodka up there. Maybe they're referring to that table as the bar. Like, what's
yeah,
that on the bar?
yeah.
What you get the vodka for us?
Yeah, that's why I told you about that EVP is because if you think that's an accent, then yeah, there's other times that the
Huh.
EVPs kind of sound like an accent. And that's what I was thinking is I guess they think that table is like a bar.
Yeah.
It's got water on it and it's got the drinks on it. Um,
Huh.
yeah. And then I cut back in the room in a minute. You did want to take them, right, Sam? when I was wrestling around, I couldn't tell if I was hearing something in that time or if it was just me wrestling around. So I just left it alone. But that's why I left
Okay.
it kind of long because it almost, some of that stuff sounded suspicious.
Mm,
Um, and then some time goes by. This wasn't immediately afterwards. Some,
okay.
beats go by, let's say 5 minutes or so. So we've got to be clearly gone and away from the door.
Yeah. Wow.
Those words are so weird to me that I kept trying to listen and hear something different, but you know how you get something stuck in your head. And
Yeah.
so I don't know if that's exactly right, but I would just say it's along those lines, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, and if it is, that is so weird. Like what that just opens up another realm of possibilities. So there's a entity at this hotel that is catching souls, or he thinks, or she, or whatever, but it was a low kind of drawn out voice too, the way that they said it.
Yes, yes,
Um,
it is very drawn out. Yeah, and I think that's what
yeah,
makes it harder to feel like you're getting the words right because they're dragging their words
right.
out.
Yeah.
And then again, this is some time later. It's not immediately afterwards or anything. Just here's my thought. If you think that, oh, it's somebody in the hallway or whatever, maybe they're talking about, I don't know.
Oh.
I just don't think
Mm.
that you can hear people through the door in the hallway so clearly. And I feel like those words are clear. They're low and the air conditioning's left on, you know. Pro
Ah.
Pro ghost hunting, you could tell because, for one thing, it's loud and the audio's worse. But these little paper things
Oh,
on
they
the
move.
water bottle, they're moving. So
Gotcha.
I'm certain the air condition was left on. And oh yeah, you could also hear like kind of the watery sounds the air condition makes.
Yeah, sure. Oh
But yeah,
man.
they're they're talking about there only being two beds. Get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, was there a spirit trying to crowd in this room with y'all?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know if they're making plans for like later or they're trying to lay down right now and,
Yeah.
and they're just like, get out of here, man. There's only could be two of us or four of us. I don't know. They're
Yeah.
on the audio, I start to get a shit ton of voices, it sounds like, as if they are all in the room. But
Ooh,
um okay.
interesting.
I couldn't make out anything else. I thought it was
But
very clear that they were saying drama queen.
oh, it is so clear. When you said I couldn't make out anything else, it almost sounds like there's something else being said after drama queen, but it's so faint. It's just like a blah, blah, like, but I can't make it out. But I wonder if someone's like getting pissed off, like, get out, you're such a drama queen. There's only two beds.
Yeah, these spirits are definitely having a lot of conversations with each other. You hear it more
Yeah.
so on the audio, or it happens more frequently on the audio.
Oh,
But also that voice, it's very low, so it's not like the voice we just heard before. And
yeah.
these are different voices. That's a male voice to me, and maybe I'm just saying that because it's so low,
Mm.
and kind of deep.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what your last turn means, but that word was like it's in there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but it's again, I don't think it's the drama queen voice. I don't think it's the two bed voice. Like this is somebody else different too, because the bed voice sounds female to me, and then these
Yes.
sound male. Like,
This and the last turn is so clear to me. That's why I was listening to it over and over again. Like I hear exactly what you have, and it's
oh,
so weird.
It's not you gotta weigh, you gotta wait.
Wait.
Oh
Yeah, you gotta
no.
wait.
Did I do it wrong every single time? Uh, it doesn't say away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wait. My bad, y'all. I don't know what my brain was doing there. I'm a little dyslexic, I think, sometimes. I think I'm saying the right word and I'm not. I'll
No, I
see if I can fix that. I can't. You're wrong.
it is what it is.
I don't like they're already gone, so I
Yeah.
don't know how to get rid of the text. I'm challenged when it comes to this stuff. So that one's very, kind of hard to hear because it's faint. It felt like, but then I think when I replayed it, I couldn't hear it again, that there was some kind of like uh gurgling or something, like as if
Oh,
somebody was kind of choking
yeah.
right before that. You know how you talked about hearing the breathing? Like it
Yeah.
felt like, let me see if I can hear it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I think I heard it and that's what caught my attention and then I heard the EVP, but
Yeah.
then as I tried to look for it again, I didn't really hear it the same way. And it just would have been a sound and there's already so much background noise that it's hard. But I
Oh,
don't
before you said that, I was going to say I think there was something before need water. So it's fun because I could hear it too. It pops right in. So
Mhm.
there's something else going on there. I can't make it out.
Yeah, and again, it's hard because of all the background noise. I obviously wanted to go to this haunted location, but didn't really want to do a good job about investigating it because I don't
Oh
have an
man.
extra battery for my camera or the plug. I remember saying that, and we left the air conditioner on. Like I just wasn't, my head wasn't in the game for sure.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
dude.
You get excited because it's an EVP that connects with stories from there. Now, that doesn't sound female to me.
No. Yeah, that sounds like a man's voice. And like what is that why she ended up taking her life? Like was she hearing voices like telling her, let's jump out?
Yeah, I thought about that when that came through. And it's just,
Man.
you just don't know. And
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I like it because it connects to the story. So.
Yeah. Right.
That one is like rough or whatever, the way that it comes in.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's very clearly still words and a voice. I don't think it's me matrixing sounds into words. Because again, I listened to an hour and a half of this shit. If I was matrixing stuff, wouldn't I have 20
Yeah,
EVPs for you? And I
for
don't.
sure.
I just have these in a little 4-minute video. But I think that the words are clear.
Yeah, and to me it sounds like they're owning up to like what we had just said. The woman who had jumped, maybe she had heard some voices. He's like, "Oh, let her go. I told her. I told her to do that."
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. But
No.
okay. And then now we'll do audio. Okay. So you're gonna see this one photo the whole time because I'm lazy. Also, well, here's the deal. Like I said, I ran the video camera and that only lasted for about an hour and a half before the battery died.
Yeah.
And the audio recorder, of course, it could go forever. And it
Hmm.
did. It went for 6 hours. And
Wow.
I waited until the last minute to do my homework for this weekend.
Oh no.
So
Whoa.
I only started on that audio yesterday. Um, so I just didn't have time. I didn't have time to find all the photos from the location and then also just it's harder. We've talked about this. It's harder to
Mhm.
edit audio, especially in the program I'm using. So I just didn't want to fool with it. So I just used the same picture for the whole thing. So this is going to get boring, but it's not 6 hours long. This is only about 10 minutes, and it's just kind of like all the EVPs. What else can I tell you about this? It was 6 hours, and I only got it down to 10 minutes worth of
That's,
stuff.
yeah.
And so that's crazy. There were just like long periods of nothing happening, or it has something to do with the fact that the audio is garbage. So
Oh.
I'm sorry I'm even playing this for you, but there there is EVPs in there, but the air conditioning's loud
Mm,
and there was a lot of interference. And there's nothing in this room except for that video camera and this audio recorder. It's not like there's a
mm,
phone or anything going on. Is it just radio waves sailing through the air, the Wi-Fi scrolling through the hotel? I don't know.
mm,
But interference happens on this audio recorder a million times.
mm.
And it's just there's a lot of background noise, but there were a few voices that I could make out that and I'm going to say they're all questionable because this is a hotel, right?
Yeah.
And the window does face the busy street too.
Mm,
But I just don't know what to tell you. Some of these things sounded like they're not loud, but they are clear and they're whispers. They're clear whispers. And I just think you're not going to hear someone whispering in the hallway. You're not going to
yeah.
make out what they're saying unless they're being extremely loud and they
Okay.
come across as whispered talking.
Mm,
And so I just think it's in the room, but maybe
okay.
I'm wrong. Also, I didn't repeat the EVPs. So I'm just so we're gonna do this together. We're just gonna repeat it ourselves.
Okay.
And that's again because the editing's hard on this, and I had 6 hours to listen to, so I was
No
just trying
doubt.
to get through it. Um, but here we go. So at first you're gonna hear Sam's voice because she kind of talks to Leona. Actually, I could skip that because all she's doing is telling you the story of her, which we already did.
Okay.
But then Sam is the one that pours the drink and and then there's a little EVP that comes in there. Shit. Well, I might have to let it play because I can't see it.
Leona traveled cross country to be with her bellhop lover, and then when she got here, he no longer loved her, so she checked into this room, and then she later jumped off the roof in an evening gown. All right, Leona, take care of the place. I'm gonna pour her some vodka.
It's a low voice, like
Hmm.
lovely, you
Hmm.
know? Um,
Hmm.
and that's the only voice while we get in the actual room. And in a minute here, you'll hear that questionable EV, the question that I have between the video and the audio.
Do you think the lovely was because she was pouring a drink? Was that what she was? Huh.
I think so. I think it was in response to that
It's
because it came right afterwards
after that.
and we
Okay.
weren't offering anything else. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
That's cool. They appreciated that.
Mhm.
Right, Leona, we left you
That's my voice.
Mhm.
a
a drink. We know you've been having a rough time. There's some car keys if you need to get out of town. And a drink. Let us know if you leave.
Yeah.
See how it kind of
Yeah.
sounds like the same voice, but it sounds like totally different words.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. When I heard the other EVP, like the bar part is so clear to me. I don't hear that at all this time. At
No,
all.
no. And that's the thing. On the other one, I where it says on the bar or whatever, I can't make out what or wait. It doesn't
Right.
sound that way. So I know that you just, most people would just throw it out because it came at the same time, but I don't know. I just want to show how that can happen, you
That's
know?
weird. Yeah.
And that's also why I'm a firm believer it's not possible for us, obviously. We're looking at stuff from 9 years ago, but I really like, for my memory purposes, to watch the video and then listen to my audio like very soon after. So while all that's fresh in my mind, that
Hmm.
I can be like, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Because had I watched these weeks apart,
Oh
even
yeah.
not even
Yeah.
just months or years, but weeks apart, I'd be like, ha, I got an EVP. I totally forget until we got to this point and I'm playing it for you. So. I think that
Gotcha.
happened with the Hawthorne Hotel. Is
No.
I did remember there was you it was the
Yes.
time that your voice came in. I reviewed those possibly like days or just a week apart and I had already forgotten.
That's right.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna just let it go. You did want to take them right, Sam?
Oh, that's you coming back.
Yeah, that's me coming back, and I cut that short. And then some time does pass, and this EVP happens, and it's not like any of the ones on the video. Like the
Uh-huh.
words don't match up.
Hmm.
Timing, I don't freaking know. At this point, I'm working with 6 hours. I don't have time to completely match them up. But this EVP came sometime after we had left. Now, could that be a car noise outside or revving of an engine or something or whatever? Maybe, because it does sound kind of weird, right? It's not
Yeah.
a super leave now. It's like a leave now. There's like a
Yeah.
reverb to it.
Yeah.
But that's why I said possible. So,
Man, if it is Leona, because it sounds female, if it's a voice, I could hear a car, I guess too, but I do hear leave now. But the way it moans,
mm-hmm.
it's like it's sad. Leave now. Like, man, that's if that really is, that's creepy and sad.
Yeah, that's the thing because I listened to cars go by and they didn't
Yeah.
always make I didn't always make words with it. And this time
Right.
you do,
Mm.
and it does sound female as yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it does sound kind of like a somber voice. That one doesn't come back, not in that capacity, like not sounding
Mhm.
like that one, I think. almost think I hear here now at the end of that. Do not let me leave here.
Here. Play it one more
Yeah.
time. Hmm.
I don't know. It's very faint,
Yeah.
but I felt like I could hear words.
Mhm.
Could it be people in the hallway? I guess.
Why would they say that though? I mean, I hear the do not let me leave very clearly. So like why would someone say that
I don't
in a
know.
hall? Like that's
I don't know. Yes, and I do agree though, what to do is like harder to make out. It's almost because it's like gruff too,
Mhm.
because they're different voices, for sure. And the don't let me leave here or whatever, however they say it, it's a different voice, it's a higher pitch, and comes in more plainly as words than the what to do does.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just to tell you, I listened to 6 hours, and again, I didn't pull out 100 EVPs for you. I just pulled out these, so that just
Mhm.
sounded different to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost like what to do. Like it's very bang bang bang, and it's rough, and the other one actually sounds more vocal.
Yeah.
So then that happens.
So weird.
Yeah, that, and I just, like I said, it happened several times, and not every time were there words that came along with it. But this was right after feeling like I had an EVP, and then this interference comes, and then there's another EVP that follows right after it stops.
You know what I think it is? I think there was a UFO over the building and the recorder it's a very because you're using that Zoom recorder, right?
No, this was back in the day, so it's just the Sony
Oh,
one. Yeah.
okay. Well, hey, it's a good one. It's picking up something. It's just so weird because like you remember there was a point back in the day when we would get interference all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
like right now you're it's just set up by itself and like there's no one in there with the phone. I don't know how close you have to be, like if someone's walking down the hall or if someone's in another room, but it's so weird that you're picking up all like it's constant.
Yeah, it just keeps happening. And I don't know, does an air condition cause that? I mean, it's
We
not
would
put,
have we use this I use the same recorder and that I would have caught it. I'm listening to the stuff that I'm going back on. I haven't heard anything like that.
no, and nobody's phones are left. We have them with us. Like, so nothing like that that can send out like an internet signal is left in there
Right.
other
Yeah, like a
than
fax
the,
machine. Ding, 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 ding,
that is
ding.
what it's like. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's please let me go. But notice how it stops just enough to
Yeah,
get that voice in there. And
totally.
that's why I left it all in there, even as annoying as it is. But I was just like, that's weird. Like
That
as
is
soon as it
wild.
cuts out, it's like,
You know
yeah.
what? It's they're using the energy from the recorder. You remember when we were at the it was the Magnolia in right? The one in Bolivar, Tennessee. Is that right?
Yeah.
Bolivar, Tennessee?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I always want to say it's Mississippi. I was holding the recorder when we were up in that room and a voice came out of it.
Yeah.
And I felt it, like it vibrated. So I wonder if that was happening while you were out of the room.
I think it's very possible because there's nothing left for them. And that may be why
Mm.
they weren't so chatty, because like they're there, but they're not talking a lot. And is it because there's just no energy for them to draw on? So like where
Right.
people do, there's this one YouTuber out there, I actually forget which one. I was watching two of them. I think it's called Paranormal Quest though. And they do these abandonments where they will purposely leave and leave recorders going just to see what happens. It's after they've investigated for a little while, right? So they've riled up the spirits and then they're going to leave out. And they've had activity during that time, but I think more often than not much happens. And I just think, yeah, because the ghosts are like, there's nobody there anymore. They don't have the energy to draw off of, and there's no entertainment. So why the fuck would they be doing anything?
I just want to say, on top of what you just mentioned, Paranormal Quest stole that idea from us because we have been splitting from other locations long before they were ever out. No, I'm just kidding, but it's true.
They are younger than us. They could have stole it from us. Yeah. Um, there's this podcast. It's literally the only podcast I really keep up with called uh what the fuck This Paranormal Life. It's
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's hilarious. They do tell paranormal stories, but they joke a lot, and I love them. They're the best.
yeah.
Um, Sometimes they'll do locations that we've been to, and I'm like, do they listen to our podcast? They got that from us. As if they don't own the internet too. But I just think like it'll be like a real random location. And I'll just think, and maybe it'll happen one week and then another week later or a couple weeks
Huh.
later. And I'm like, hmm.
Hmm.
But
Suspicious. Yeah.
yeah, well, I love it if they ever did listen to our stuff, but I doubt
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that'd be cool. Just say our names on one of your episodes. That'd be super killer.
That'd be so cool. So there's a good bits that I would leave in, a good few 30 seconds or whatever that you can, acclimate yourself to the sounds of the room so that you can understand where I
Hmm.
pull these out of. I think that one's actually kind of loud, you
Yeah.
know. Some of these I had to turn up the volume because I wasn't
Mhm.
repeating them and the whole thing is just elevated. I don't
Mhm.
think this one I did because sometimes you turn them up too high and then you lose the
Yeah.
EVP. Like all the background noise also gets heightened. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, just randomly, and this is just random. Again, there would be long periods of nothing, and then they'll be like, "Let me talk to him." Who are we talking to? What do you?
Right. Oh.
Later on, they get more conversational with each other. But like, I think because just nobody's there, nothing's happening, they're just kind of all sitting around waiting.
Hmm. And that one was kind of mechanical sounding too, the way it pops in.
And there's a little static on the recorder
Yep.
before that. So they're
Yeah.
like soaking up
Yeah.
all those triple A's, I guess.
I know. They were trying to.
That one, there's like a lot of, static going on. So it is
Yeah.
harder to hear because it is faint. But when you really like tune in, I think you can hear it. And they're saying all of that. Again, it's just coming out of nowhere
Yeah.
because it's not like we're there saying, oh, I can see them, or
Mhm.
anything. So. I don't know who they're talking to. And
Yeah.
this is why I don't like this. I don't like this abandonment. I don't
Uh-huh.
like, when we were at Transylvanian, not saying shit. And they were just like, they were running their mouths, but
Yeah.
it's
It doesn't
just
make any sense.
doesn't make any sense. We're not getting a conversation from it. We're not understanding anything new about the location. But
Right.
yeah, 3 hours went by and not shit happened.
So quiet. Well, they were trying to get their energy back from all the talking they did, based off the energy they stole from the recorder. So they
I,
gotta rest up on them
yeah.
two beds.
Well, I will say this. There were times that, I'd hear noises. Sometimes I even thought I would hear a man's voice, and it was always consistently a man's voice, but I couldn't quite make out the words that he was saying.
Mhm.
So I took that as coming from outside, coming from the hallway, because I felt like if it was an EVP from this room, then I should be able to make it out like the other one. So if I couldn't make
Okay.
the sentence out and all I could hear was man's voice, I left it alone. Um, and I think when you're dealing with hotels, that's probably what you should do. But this
Yeah.
that's about to happen, pretty sure their hallway voices are coming from another room or whatever. But remember,
Mhm.
I said that Sam and I
Yeah.
felt like we never saw anybody, which means we didn't hear anybody else either. I'm
Right.
not saying that this makes them ghost because we don't come back for another 2.5 hours or something, but it's so loud and it sounds muffled, like it's through the wall, that I thought that this was real people, but I think I could make
Mm.
out what they were saying. I swear he says
Wow.
600 voices.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I
Yeah, that's
hit
wild.
that one's louder than the other one.
Yeah.
And I think he's saying you could definitely hear 600 voices. The other one saying you can probably hear voices through the wall. And this one's harder to make out, but I just listened to it a million times to see if I could hear what they were saying to know whether it made sense that it was a guest or not. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's people in the hallway. Maybe they're not even guests of the hotel. Maybe they just wandered in and they're checking out the place and they're commenting on how it's old. So it could you could probably hear everything through. I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know what's happening,
Mhm.
but I feel like the spirits in the room start responding to them, like
Interesting.
or just like about that they're hearing the voices too.
Okay.
See, that sounds like a whispered male voice. And
Yeah.
I feel like he's saying that's not them. Like they're expecting for us to come back. And they know that's not them or whatever. That's not us
Mhm.
coming into the room. Like they've been waiting on
Okay.
us or something. That
Sure. Okay.
that's what I'm getting from that. Let's go back to the other
Mm.
guy real quick, talking about
Yeah.
600 voices.
Voices.
It is kind of weird. It is kind of weird that he says 600 voices.
I know. I'm still festering about that. I'm like, okay, if it's a real person coming into this, if this is a big hotel, do they have 600 rooms? Like, why would you? It's such an odd number to be like, you could probably hear 600 voices. Like,
Oh,
what?
well, I use 8 million a lot. Or I use,
Okay.
for some reason, I always say eight. It's always 800, 8 million, 8,000, whatever. If I'm like exaggerating something.
Mhm.
So maybe they're doing that. But if you're
Okay.
talking about from one room to the, like your room is going to be here, and they're like, oh, you could probably hear the voices through the wall. Oh, yeah, you could probably hear like 600 voice. Why would you hear 600 voices? There's not,
Yeah.
it is
I,
muffled. Maybe that's not what he's saying.
I mean, it sounds pretty clear to me I mean, that's what I hear. Maybe he's talking to a psychic.
Yeah. I'm just saying they could be ghosts also. Talking about
Yeah,
hearing voices through the walls
right.
and there's 600 ghosts here or whatever. I don't know.
Ha,
Those are both really faint.
yeah,
But I think they might be responding to like, that's not them. No,
yeah.
no, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. Hmm.
That one's very faint, and I kept jumping in the wrong spot there on the trying to repeat it 3 times. They're just gonna start responding to each other, and not all of them are loud. I will tell you that. But it's kind of like, well, we've talked about this before. You hear a voice, and then you're listening, and then all of a sudden there's voices everywhere. And some of them are really, really faint, and so maybe I should have disregarded them, and maybe it's matrixing because you heard one voice, now you're looking
Hmm.
for more. I'm not really sure, but it sounds like somebody saying, how long do we wait? And then they
Uh-huh.
continue this other conversation.
Yeah, like it sounds like to me, th they are really talking about you guys. Like I'm starting to get that impression.
Yeah, and yeah, just listen to this. Well,
Okay.
what I think they're saying. I don't know
Okay.
for sure that you'll hear it the way that I did.
Hmm.
Oh, what's this one? Then the drama guy's back, and
Drama.
it's deep too, the way that he
Yeah,
says it. Now, look, that was a lot, and all of them were not strong. Again, they only have AAA batteries to draw off of,
I
so
know.
the camera is dead at this point. Like I said, it did not last long, so I'm gonna try to break them down so you can hear them better. But I just wanted you to see the full
That's wild.
conversation. It
Yeah.
sounds like there's 3 or 4 of them in here. And
600. There are 600 in there. That's what they were talking about. They're all in your room.
somebody's like, how long do we wait?
Mhm.
Wyatt, we need to go. Whoever Wyatt is. And then they're like, no, that's what we do. We wait.
Right.
And then somebody said something about the longer we wait, the more we act up. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're getting frustrated. And then yeah, there's just like 600 of them in the room just sitting on the bed. But there's
Hmm.
only 2 beds. Somebody done told you, get out of here.
Yeah.
But
And one of them or a couple of them are looking at that vodka you left up there and they're like, the longer we wait, the more we're gonna act
they're,
up.
they're sipping on the vodka,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
out of control. Very low, but
Mhm.
I think female though, but it's
Yeah.
why we need to go. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I hear it. Breathy. Hmm.
Higher pitch. You're here to
Hmm.
wait. You're here to wait. My voice is kind of deep, so I guess it's hard to do it. But it's a higher pitch on that one. That's a dude. Lower
Yeah,
voice.
that's Montel. This is how.
That could be like the just let him go guy because it's a little
Yeah.
deep, but I think it's more faint, so maybe it's harder to tell. This one's really hard. It is really faint and it is like it's not low. It's just faint and it's
Yeah.
I guess kind of like breathy. It's like we need more options or something.
Yeah, it's just low energy and like you said, breathy compared to the other ones. The other ones really come through.
Yeah, they come through better. This one I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know, don't even do anything with it when it just take it out. But like there's ones that follow and I always think, well, people are gonna hear that little ha ha ha
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
middle and they're like, why didn't you say anything about that one? This one's really hard because it's low, but it's a deeper voice. I think a female voice, which we've heard, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to make out all those words and stuff.
Mhm.
Again, maybe I should have left that one alone, but I think it's
No,
that,
you have to keep it. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's that deep female voice, and it just makes it hard to hear with all the other background noise.
That's a funny one.
Yeah. They even drag it out. Drama,
Yeah.
drama. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hilarious. This this whole frustrated conversation is awesome.
Yeah. And it's all
Um,
because you guys are gone from the room.
yeah,
That,
and I don't I that's why I think it might be real people in the hallway because I'm trusting the ghost here to be like, that's not our people. And if that breathy voice is actually saying we need more options, is it like we need more people in this hotel? Or we need more ghost hunters in this hotel? Like there's just
Mm.
not enough. This is the only place that had a recorder going, you know?
I like because you said that you felt like really the hotel was pretty empty. You never saw anybody. You imagined that there's got to be more people there, but you never saw them. So you guys checked in, and maybe you are one of the only groups of people, and you're a group of women who are going out. Maybe they saw that there's a lot of energy associated with you guys because you're getting all dressed up to go, and then you're going to come back at some point in time. Give us some more energy. What's going on? Where are you?
Yeah, joke's on them. We came back and went to sleep, but that's not really well. We went back and had our cocktails on the roof and talked shit
Yeah.
about people, and then we went to sleep because I'm lazy. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, I don't
joke's
know.
on them.
Yeah. Because this is also worst ghost hunter ever. Look, this is why I don't like ghost hunting with anybody but you. Like I try to go to haunted hotels with family members, my kids, my husband, because we're on a road trip. Why not? And then I go and I'm trying to actively investigate, and the people around me don't want anything to do with it. They're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
waiting in the corner to like,
yeah.
go to
Right.
dinner or breakfast or to be able
Yeah,
to speak without me being like shh, I'm recording,
yeah,
so
I get that.
it's just never fun without you, or it doesn't feel like a real ghost hunt. But I do go to these places and so I want to share them here. But that's why when I come back, we come back from the concert and the camera's turned off, it's dead. So I just turned the recorder off. Like, just,
Good night. And they've been waiting for you guys so much. They're
yeah.
like all around the recorder.
Well,
No,
I mean, they might have had a blast hanging out with us, but I got no proof of that
yeah, that's
because
true.
I was
Yeah.
just like, boop,
Boop. Done.
done, in scene. I don't I don't know. Just don't let me. I should stop going to haunted locations without you because I don't do them justice. I feel like I have tried harder lately, but yeah, in the past I'd be real lazy like this.
But you
But
never know. You might still have an experience. Something might decide to, tickle your toes or move around some. I mean, you never, that happens to people that aren't ghost hunting all the time,
yeah,
allegedly.
yeah,
So,
the place you just brought up, what was it called? What was it called? What did we just said it?
Congress, Hotel
No,
Congress.
in Bolivar, Tennessee. What was that?
Oh, the Magnolia Manor, right? Is it Magnolia Manor? Mansion?
Is
Magnolia
it
Place.
Magnolia? So Myrtles is the other one. So yeah,
Yeah,
the Magnolia Manor or Inn or whatever it was in
yeah.
Bolivar. Carl and I went there before you and I went there because it was just an old house. I wanted to go stay in it. So we had little kids at that time, real little. And so we got somebody to watch them so we can go to Valentine's Day. You know, we're just not like that. But we were giving it a try, having a date night and
Yeah.
spending a night away somewhere. We're just not that kind of people. But nothing happened to me. But Carl was like, I had a dream of somebody like trying to pull me out of the bed. Guess what? This
Wow.
guy doesn't dream. He'd never,
Right.
he claims he never dreams. So all of a sudden you were dreaming in a haunted location where the reports are that a ghost tried to take men's shoes off. And you were
Yes.
dreaming that somebody tried to pull you out of the bed. I don't think that was a dream, dude. But
Right, right, right.
whatever.
Right.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So going to these places, you never know what you're gonna get. So I'm
Right.
just
Yeah.
kind of taste testing them for you and I.
Yes.
But
Yeah, exactly.
right.
You keep doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Action. Look, guys. We gave this away in another episode, the one about the Conjuring house, but we take breaks because we use a free version of Zoom. So we record and then we have to stop every 40 minutes. Chris and I just went for 40 minutes and I didn't record a single bit of it.
So now I gotta be surprised and we gotta try and debunk this and go through all
Right.
I,
We could do our best effort at acting and pretending
uh,
like we never heard these EVPs, but it is ain't nobody got time for that shit. So that's why I'm just gonna tell you up front. Yeah, we just lost like a good
uh,
30 minutes of discussing the rest of this video. We are going to go through it, but we're going to go through it quick because we've already seen it. And you should see it. Like, just go to our YouTube channel. You're already here, right? So,
yeah.
subscribe and like wherever those things are. And that will tell you when we load the actual evidence videos from the stuff that we're reviewing, so you can go and you can listen and hear it for yourself and make your own conclusions. Chris and I will try to remember what we thought about these things, but I don't care. Let's see if we can find them also. This is that little voice, and she only gets out like I hate, and it sounds very faint. And yeah, it's low, but I do think that it's a voice that you can tell is there. It's so terrible too because Chris and I were hysterical. Like we were
I-
just, we were so funny about some of these EVPs, and you just won't get to get any of it because
Most amazing commentary ever.
we're not trained actors here, so we don't remember our lines. So yeah, just is what it is. We had a good time though, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just a random dude. Like, just everybody else was talking about how they have to wait on us to come back and how long do we have to wait in this empty room with nothing going on. And then he just busts in and he's like, I'm from Nevada. Okay.
I love that one so much. When I saw it coming up, I'm like, oh, that was in that part too. Like I didn't realize like we missed like there was a lot, but excuse me. I think it's so funny that dude just busts in. Everyone else is having a conversation about something else, and he's like, "I come from Nevada," and everyone's just kind of like they stop that with they stop their conversations, they put their drinks down, and they're like, "Okay, who
Yeah.
let this guy in?"
Oh, I missed something. Right before that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's possible outside voices from like the street below. Maybe not. Maybe voices in the room. It's just that it's loud, but you do hear this same type of tone and voice later on.
Hmm.
So I know that
Hmm.
it's so loud that you want to blame it on street noise or whatever, and that's fine. But that I never harmed you is it's not coming from the street. So and then it just sounds like it's going with what's happening,
Yeah.
the loud voice, Um it kind of tells a story for a minute
Hmm.
there, like let go, and then it's like I never harmed you.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
Uh
it definitely seems like the story's playing out with all of that coming through. I don't know. I can tell, like, the way that it sounds, it does sound like it could be something coming off of the street, but the rest of that, would they just be having their own conversations in the room that happen to line up with what someone's yelling?
Yeah, see, that's what I don't think so. Like that, I don't think that it's possible for them to happen to be saying
Yeah, right?
something that matches with what's going on outside. You know,
Hmm.
I could expect them to say stuff about the noises that they're hearing, but
Right.
not something like that.
Hmm.
And that voice that says let go,
Hmm.
wait, that
Wait, yeah.
same voice comes two or three more times.
Right. Right, exactly.
Um,
It doesn't like the same, yeah.
and is it gonna sound the same every time a different person yells outside? That
Mm.
seems not really a thing, but
No.
I mean, like,
Hmm.
wouldn't it be different people yelling? So it would
Yes.
not sound exactly the same, but I don't know.
Mhm. Mm.
And then so there's a tap or something that sounds like it has to be in the room because it's so loud. And then there's this very low voice that sounds what I made out, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because this is not the way Americans usually speak. But it sounded like, and I don't even know if that's how you would write that, but it
Right.
sounds like me mom had to go, like my mom had to go.
Mhm.
But it's very low, so I get that it's hard to hear, but it just follows that tapping noise. Like you think of it, is that like a door? Like she
Mhm.
left?
Right, right.
And then
Mm.
Chris was saying when we thought we were recording this before, where they talking about the guy from Nevada that had brought up, he was so proud to say he was from Nevada. Is this somebody being like, wait, like where's he from again or whatever?
Yeah.
Um, but also I kind of think like if those words are correct and it's like me mom had to go, somebody's probably like, where's he from? Like why
Right.
why is he saying me mom? You know?
Yeah, so I was thinking about that noise too, with the door. Sometimes if I don't know, doors they get a little give to them after a while, and you can like touch it, and you can tell like it's kind of jiggling a little bit, right? And it'll
Mhm.
like click. I'm sure you don't remember because it's been a while, but do you know if that door had any of that give? Maybe she was passing through it, and that click was her energy going through that door, and it was just kind
Yeah,
of
and
clicking.
kind of like a jiggle or something on the
Yeah.
door. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. I do not
Mm.
remember if the doors were heavy or not or anything like that.
No, I know. It's like me asking, like, you sure? Like, did you have enough toilet paper in that room? I mean, it's just like I know it's a silly question. I was just thinking about that noise and the voice saying something about his mom having to go. Like, maybe it was actually exiting the room.
It's not a super silly question because, like, I don't think I'll ever forget that the Copper Queen has weird old doors that we could see through the fucking crack, you know?
Yeah, yeah, right.
I remember sitting in the bed taking a picture that there was like
All
a
right.
good
There's
little bit
yeah,
that you could see the hallway light. So
yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
true.
like, is it doors like that, or is it like heavy ass doors where you're
Right.
sealed in there, kind of like the hotel in Douglas, the Gadsden or whatever? I,
Oh,
I think it's like regular hotel doors. So
okay.
I don't think that it's definitely not like the Copper Queen. That would
Okay.
would be a little more rattly, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yep. Mhm.
That will never stop being funny. Like even though
No.
that's the second time for us to see it. I mean, it's not really funny because it could be very tragic. Like we were talking before about how this could be somebody that's just scorn romance and he's name calling. It could
Hmm.
be somebody that came there to meet with a sex worker and maybe met his end.
Mm.
You know, and because this is a hotel and we
Hmm.
don't know like
Yeah.
every bit of every bad thing that's ever happened there. But yeah, it is always kind of funny when you get those vulgar words because
Yeah.
you just don't expect the ghost to be so blunt.
Yeah. So spicy,
Yeah.
Mr. Ghost. Yeah, no, I think it's funny.
But as we were saying before when we didn't record, that it is a moment of emotion, when you're
Yeah.
using strong wording like that. So it does make sense to get it as an EVP.
Hmm.
I don't know where the next one is. You know what? I in the recording that we didn't record, and I said, "Oh, wonder if that's Devil." No,
Oh, right.
it really does sound like Daryl to me.
Daryl. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can hear like the double R, I guess,
Uh-huh.
is what stands out. Yeah. So I think that's just somebody calling for Daryl, whoever he is.
Yeah. Whoever. He's one of the 600 spirits in this room.
Oh my God. I could just not click on the right spot to get it to replay. I think after this is Chris knows because we already did this. This is where we start getting into like a lot of weird
Hmm.
conversation. So I'm gonna let it all play out once and then I'll go back and I'll let you hear them individually. What these spirits are talking about, I have no idea. And it's all very faint, so it is hard to hear. It's just like this happened, which is loud, and then you start listening, and then it just felt like all this chatter. And
Hmm.
the conversation goes together, but I don't know what that means. I don't
Right.
know if that means I'm hearing somebody in the room behind us, like through the walls, or if the ghosts are truly talking about this, or if I'm not making out the words right. So
Hmm.
that goes into another whole thing. So let's back up, hear about this tea.
Yeah.
It's weird because the please don't starts off kind of in a lower voice and then the
Yeah.
stare gets a higher pitch. So is it is it one person saying please don't and then the stare is
Someone
like
else
somebody
comes in.
separate or does it
Yeah.
just change? You know what I just thought about too? I didn't say this before. T and key sound alike, kind of.
Sure. Right.
So
Right.
I wonder if
What? He's not done?
no, see, that doesn't make sense, but like,
Yeah.
bring your key down. I want
That
you
would
to
make
hold
sense.
me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Or
like, hurry up and get this door open or something. But
Mhm,
I,
mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I heard T, so, and
Yeah.
then key's not done or key's not, see, I don't know what else it could be. But
Right.
people could listen to it and then comment if they want to what they're making out. But then this
Yeah.
weird thing happens.
Hmm.
See, I hear home that time when we were not recording
Right.
before. I didn't hear home, and I think it's because home sounds so weird. It doesn't sound
Hmm.
like home. It's like home or
Yeah.
something. It like just starts to blow out.
Yeah. Because
So
that werewolf that came and scared him. Now he's like, I want to go home.
yeah, so there's this thing that happens that sounds like a howl, but then there's like a chime afterwards that would make you think it's the elevator.
Hmm.
But how come we don't hear the elevator like literally any other time? Like not
Yeah,
even when
sure.
we come back to the room.
Right.
So there's this weird howl. Sure, could have came from outside, but the spirits start responding to it.
Hmm.
The one that says hello mongrel. I think it's the drama guy, the guy
Yeah,
that says drama queen and drama. It's just deep and it's hello mongrel. He's just
mongrel.
so like fucking over this place. And then there's somebody that's like, what was that?
Mm,
And this other, I want to go home. This is
yeah,
fucking creepy.
this is
Um,
too much for me. Thank you very much. I'd like to go home now.
this party's getting out of control after just one glass of vodka. Like, there are some lightweights for sure.
That's so funny.
And then I think we just go on to a different section. Oh, I missed something. There's some more outside noise that kind of started
Yeah,
this conversation.
there you go. Mhm.
And we didn't talk about this before either, but if this is kind of the aftermath of Leona throwing her, killing herself,
Uh,
and here's the bellboy guy being like, I loved her.
mhm.
And either it's your fault, this happened, and what was gonna hurt her, like to be with this person, like if her family didn't want them to be together or something,
Mhm.
just making up a whole story. But you would imagine, like, either this bellhop guy was such a hottie that he was like, I can get any rich girl, I don't need to be with you. Or maybe there was pressure, like, from her family of, like, leave her alone, like, don't be
Yeah.
with her.
Mhm.
And that's why he couldn't be with her or whatever. And yeah, you could just see this conversation playing out. Of course, they could be talking about somebody totally different, but
I,
um,
it's interesting because of the story at this hotel, and you said that. I mean, there's documented proof of all of that. So, with catching these EVPs and that guy that seems to be shouting "I love her" makes me feel like it's less likely somebody on the street and more likely like a residual EVP based on that storyline.
yeah, yeah, I just, yeah.
That's
I don't know about that one. It's faint. I think I might be getting some words wrong. I think at one time I thought it said I can't do it all.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like it says I can't do it at all. Like it's is somebody else like trying not to commit to an act of like taking their own life. Like I can't do it at all, and they're struggling.
Yeah,
It,
that makes sense. That still goes along with the whole story, whether it's Liana trying to make the decision about what to
mhm,
do, or if it's the guy being like, I just can't do this, all of that. Yeah, I do think I have those words a bit
mhm,
wrong, and I changed it more than once. So, but it's there. It's something there. It's just that it's faint and there's background noise with the air conditioning and all of that, so it's hard.
mhm, mhm. Mhm.
See, and if we go on with the story, is it Leona being like, look at me,
Mhm.
Maybe she's saying it as a ghost to her bellhop boyfriend that's still alive. And he's like, I can't find you. Like, because he
Yeah,
can't see her. Like, are we
right,
seeing those emotions? We didn't talk about that before either.
right.
Um, But the look at me is kind of high pitched, again, it's all faint, but
Mhm.
with all the other noise. And the can't find me sounds like a whisper. It might be I can't find you. I mean, the words could be a little off for sure, but
Sure.
it find you, I think is clear.
Hmm. Oh,
Now I think we're going back to our party ghosts that are just
yeah.
hanging out in the room. I don't know what they're up to. They're messing around with some shit because these loud ass bangs. Again, this is 6 hours worth of audio. The bangs weren't just happening constantly like the hotel's full of people or anything. And these bangs are loud, so I think they're happening from within the room. But
I like that it's a bang and let's get this out. Like you said before, like they're trying to steal your stuff. They're trying
yeah.
to get out the door. Let's get this out. We got the goods. Let's go.
And maybe that's why they were waiting on us to come back. Maybe they can't get the zipper open or something.
I
So
know.
they're like, well, she'll come back and she'll open it up and then we steal all her shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Last time I was thinking there might be an extra word. I don't hear it this time, but you and I talked about this before. We have gotten this several times, at least twice at the Copper Queen for
Hmm.
sure, where spirits are making comments about it being dark. And we need
Hmm.
to understand more about what they're seeing. And if sometimes they are in darkness, just hearing our voices or hearing the voices of other spirits or whatever living
Right.
in some kind of like purgatory, I guess you'd say, though I don't know much about that because I'm not Catholic. But like just this is that's weird about the concept of like just sitting in darkness. But you're
It's
obviously hearing things going on around you.
Yeah, and they're able to communicate that to us too. It's always it's so dark or some it's dark, that
Mhm.
we keep catching, and it's really pretty interesting. Um, I haven't really noticed that before the Copper Queen. Now I'm like wondering how many other times we got that. Do you remember when I think it was when we were doing the podcast and we started noticing like blue orbs, like
Yeah.
it was all blue orbs. Like, why is there these patterns? Like, gosh, I'd like them to just sit down with us and tell us everything, please. Tell
Yeah.
us.
It would be you have to get it from them because how else would we understand it before
Right.
we're just ghost ourselves? Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, we were seeing a pattern of blue light always, and we're like always with the blue light. And
Yeah.
now it's starting with all this darkness going on.
Darkness.
Yeah, I just thought of something really dark. What if that's just like the comments that they make as they're dying? Like,
Oh, it's all dark.
but I don't know. Every time else we've gotten it, it would just be kind of one blanket word,
Yeah,
dark, or it's
yeah,
dark.
it's dark.
It wasn't,
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't more like I see darkness
no,
or I'm in darkness and you're not. You know,
you're
it's not
right.
explained. So what if it's their final moments kind of, and that's just
I
what
buy
they're
that.
experiencing?
That is really good. That really might be it. Because you're right. Like I was thinking about that earlier too. It's never like there's nothing else with it. Darkness. There's so
That,
much darkness, or I'm surrounded by darkness. It is dark, or it's very dark.
yeah,
So dark.
and if you think about it, as your life is just kind of slipping away or
Yeah.
whatever, wouldn't you just kind of spontaneously make
Like,
comments about what you're seeing?
yeah.
Yeah, like how they say people say I can't feel my feet or whatever. Like you see that in
Right.
movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe that's what it's kind of like.
Maybe.
So that's the one time that there was that same kind of voice that so
Hmm.
loud you think it's outside and no EVPs followed afterwards. Like or
Okay.
nothing that sounded like whispers in the room. They let that one go. But then
Hmm.
it happens again a little later. I don't know, man. I said this last time to Chris that I changed the words on that a few times. At one point, I thought I was hearing something about back room, then bathroom. Then all of a sudden, I started hearing ginger ale, even though it fades out. I thought I heard that wasn't ginger ale. Then I heard we have no ginger ale. I don't know what is going on there. But the move over is this deep voice that's like move over, you know. So I definitely think that's there and clear. What follows, I'm not sure. And then the possible outside, possible inside voice is just a loud no, you know, or
Hmm. Hmm.
whatever. Or it's no, really, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I still feel like that's that same emotion. Maybe the bellboy again, just screaming. And I think the ginger ale thing is so funny because if it's a voice in the room and they're there with all this vodka, they're like, what do I mix it with? Where's the
Yeah.
ginger ale?
Yes. Yes, I did that. I mean, and I promise I don't have like a dialogue in my head of what I think the ghost should be saying. So I wasn't thinking about that vodka, especially when you hear move over. And
Move
I
over,
think
yeah.
there's 600 ghosts in this room.
Right.
I don't expect their next words to be about the beverage on the counter, the two
Yeah.
drinks laying out for 600 ghosts, but I don't know. A lot is going on.
Mm.
So when we thought we were recording, I already told Chris that when I first heard this, I thought it clearly said, "I'm so horny." And then I was like, no, no,
Please.
please say something else. I don't want to type that for everybody
Right.
to read. So when I re-listened to it a few times, I thought, I think it's saying morning. It's saying just morning.
Sure. This morning.
This morning. I'm not really sure. You guys
You're
can tell
right.
me what you hear, because this was like a long beat after the ginger ale, and then it's just a random, I'm so horny,
Yeah.
or just morning, and then back to silence. It's like, okay, is this the Nevada guy just blurting stuff
Right.
out
Just
again?
blurting weird Mr. Tourette's guy with his Nevada shit.
And then this is the last EVP that happens before we come back. You'll start to hear like the clicking of the door, and that's me coming in.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. There, Chris said that it was insane that there's obviously a million ghosts in here, and they're commenting about not being able to make room. And I just think it's funny that we're coming back to the room, and they're like, "Ugh, we cannot take one more. Get
Cannot
out."
make any like yeah, exactly. Like I said, there's only two beds, not enough room for you three. Nope. And you only left two glasses anyway, so get out.
You would think that that drink would just been gone at this point,
No kidding.
with all the spirits that move through that space. But that is it. I'm gonna wrap it up because I have kept Chris here long enough. When I told her at the beginning, "Oh, this could be," I don't have that much to show you, and then I just wasted like 35 minutes of her life. But this is Evidence Autopsy on the Creatures of the Night YouTube channel, and you should like and subscribe to our channel so that you could see all the videos that we upload. We do more than just Evidence Autopsy. We go on investigations, duh, and
Mhm.
we post the evidence from that, and then we just post random whatever we want also. You know, sometimes it's product reviews, sometimes it's just like little tourist look at this, look at that,
Mhm.
look at this. And then if you don't have the time to watch all our videos on YouTube, because we have like 600,000 of them, I think, you can go to our social medias where you can just like, get little tidbits of the evidence that we put out in this show. And that is under COTN underscore paranormal on all the social media places. You know them. Um, and that is it. And I'm so sorry.
No, quit apologizing. It was good actually going through them the second time because I was able to hear them again, and I we've made some more like we've
Revelation.
autopsied it.
Yeah,
Yeah, even
yeah.
more going through it the second time. So no, that was it was a fair assessment. That place is cool. Like it's insane how many voices were coming through. It's wild that the recorder was doing all of that chirping, like the fax machine noises. It's almost like it was alerting that there's going to be a voice coming through. It's almost like your heads up when maybe they were feeding on the energy. The yelling that sounds like it's part of the storyline. It's pretty good. That's almost like you watch a TV show just just with all of that.
Yes,
So
they were very entertaining. So I appreciate that all of them showed up, and I'm super sorry that as soon as I got back to the room, I just said we're done. I mean,
click.
I hope that they finished interacting with us and got some kind of
Entertainment out of it.
entertainment out of us. I just didn't record it. It is a cool hotel for sure. If we ever have a reason to stay overnight in Phoenix, you and I, that we most definitely should do it because it's just a cool place to see. And then, like I
Yeah,
said, when I was there, it was fucking creepy that like it seemed like nobody was in the hotel. Listening to the audio recorder, I'm kind of like, yeah, sure, maybe there were some guests, but yeah, I'm still not really sure what was happening there.
dude.
But super haunted location, would would visit again. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That house, there's a really cool old house right down the street. I say they open that puppy up, let us investigate it, and then we can stay at that hotel at night. Get out of their hair. They can lock up because they got a bunch of antiques in that house. Do you remember what's the name of that house? Do you remember?
No, I do not
No, I don't
remember
either.
at all, but I'm sure we can find some pictures from it and we can post it on our socials. So look for
That'd be cool.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
just don't remember. It's in Tempe. It's on like the Arizona State campus, but I
Hmm.
don't remember the name off the top of my head. The guy was like a doctor or something. Very beautiful
Yeah.
house.
So
But
cool.
yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't remember the name. But we'll post some photos on that. So you got to go to our
Yeah.
socials then, COTN underscore paranormal to see that. Definitely worth a look. And yeah, that's all I got for you this week. So
Cool. It's awesome. Thank you, Wendy.
thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.